How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rowlet and welcome back to another video. Today, guys, we are doing episode number 2 of our top 5 best ROM hacks of the week. Now, let me just explain the series really briefly and really shortly so you guys understand what it's about. Now, what I count down in these videos or episodes of top 5s is just 5 good games that you should check out. Now, these 5 games are Pokemon Rom hacks. Sometimes I'll do fan games as well, but in this episode, we're doing ROM hacks. Now, these are not your top best, the number ones that you always see, not the most, popular ones. I pick out ROM hacks that many people haven't seen and many people may not have played, but also include some really good ones that people have played, that are just, very popular, so to say. All these ones are worth to play, though. I just want to point that out right now. All these games are worth a try, and you should definitely check them out. But we're going to go through them in a moment, lads. Just want to thank you all for coming by, and do remember, though, if your game is not on this list, then please understand we are doing these every week. So if I don't include a game that you think should be on here, just leave a comment down below telling me that I should include it in the next episode, and I'll check it out, and I'll see if it's worth the while, and I'll put it in the next list. Either way, guys, let's get started with number 5. Number 5. Now, coming in number 5, we got ourselves Pokemon Azure Horizons. Now, I will explain the story in a moment, but this game does look very interesting, and I will have a link down below if you guys can check it out. But here is the basic story and how it's described by the creators themselves. You are a Pokemon and you want to take part in the Pokemon League. After several months, you received a letter from the Pokemon League. Now you have the big chance to chase your elder brother's achievements in the Pokemon challenges. But first, you need a Pokemon and have an adventure along this journey to collect all gym badges and train your Pokemon stronger. Along your way, you will meet a lot of good people and bad people and Pokemon trainers alike. When you defeat all the evil teams and own full collection of badges, you can challenge the Pokemon League with the Elite Four and all of them for the champion title. Let's begin your game. Now, it is not, I had to correct a few words in there because it was, some grammar issues, but basically that is the summarizing of the actual story. You start off as a character who's trying to catch up to his older brother, who has already gone on a journey and essentially, probably, not sure if he is, probably is the champion in the end. I'm just gonna guess here, just make a little guess. As for features in this game, this is where I think it's pretty interesting. So the game has a new game plot, of course, that makes sense. The new region of Zephyr, which I do love that name, always thought Zephyr sounds like a cool name. A lot of Pokemon from Generation 4. Now, this is, as a basis, as a game, I think it is based on Pokemon Fire Red, so having Gen 4 Pokemon in there is a good achievement, man. It does also have Diamond and Pearl features, the new Unova music from the Unova region, of course, in those games, more trainer battle themes, and running in buildings. So the features are just kind of summarized in basic there. There is probably more stuff in there that you guys can definitely discover, but this one's going to be coming at number 5, and I'd really want to suggest you guys check it out if you're looking for something just a long game to play, because it does seem like a bit of a longer game compared to some other ones, because this one is a fully fledged and finished one as far as I know. But I would say, guys, definitely do check it out. It might be worth your time, and I think it's currently beta 2. I'm not sure if it's fully completed, but beta 2, usually when these games go into beta, they only have a few minor things and adjustments and few features they want to add in. So I would say check it out, lads. Give it a try. Either way, let's go to number 4. Number 4. Now, coming in next is going to be a game that already exists, but this seems to be the sequel to it. And I'm not sure how many of these there are, but here we go. This one's going to be Moemon Revival Ruby. Now, Moemon Revival Ruby is a Pokemon Ruby hack for those who are falling in love with the Moemon series. Now, Moemon are basically, well, just think about it. Moe, like a Moe, a cute little Japanese, character. That's essentially what this is. Now, what's pretty interesting with this one is they've actually taken the original game and they've essentially extended upon it, and they've just made a few changes, kind of upgraded it, and, just kind of changed, I guess, the region and whatnot. And that's what essentially Moemon Revival Ruby is. They have revived the game into a different, region, I'd say, I guess. And Moemon is pretty interesting because it just features a bunch of little cute girls, and it's pretty insane. I've got to give it the biggest credit for this game has to be that they have really unique styles, and they have these Moemons, which are essentially little cute Japanese girls, and it's just every weeb's dream, man. I'm not a weeb, but this is just hilarious. I think it's funny. It's definitely worth a try. If you haven't played Moemon yet, you should definitely check it out. Of course, there's going to be a link down below for you guys to go check it out there. All that is available down there, lads. But I would say this though, before you play Revival Ruby, check out the original moemon, like the original moemon ROM hack. Check that out and try that out first, and then play Revival Ruby if you're looking for something fun. So I would definitely give you a huge suggestion, guys. Do check this out. It will be worth your time. Now let's go to the next one on the list. Number 3. Now, coming in next is going to be a pretty interesting game that I'm definitely going to be let's playing probably sometime in the future, but you know, that's in the future, right? I'm not talking about doing it right now, but I will be playing through this game soon enough, and it's called Pokemon Cloud White. Now, here is the story of this game, which I find so interesting. The story of Cloud White takes place right after the original story of Fire Red. A whole new adventure is waiting for you. Now, the features in this is what I find to be the pretty interesting part, as it's kind of insane the amount of stuff they put in here, and just summarizing it all in the list, you guys are gonna have to sit here for a while to just listen through this, because remember, this is Pokemon Fire Red hack, you know, it's based on that. So here we go, you got ourselves features. There are 5 regions in total. Some of them are Johto. This will contain Heart and Gold, Heart, Gold, and Soul Silver exclusive and some new maps. The Mangan region, the Azure region, and probably something else alongside there. So essentially, you have 5 regions to deal with, which is insane, and it's right after the Fire Red story. Remember that in your head. After Fire Red story, new scenarios right after the originals of ones of Fire Red. You can get the national dex right after the beginning of the game. No need to do something else to get it, which is really nice. The repel system of Pokemon Black and White also appears here, which people always seem to like in these games. You can run indoor. This is of course going to be, you know, just useful for players because people like running indoors. It makes it easier to move from place to place if you're inside of a big building, especially if you're like in a hideout for like a team like Team Rocket or something like that. It's just, you know, it makes it easier just going about. Either way, they also do have difficulty improvements, so they made the game harder. It's not easy. So, you know, I don't know if you guys felt like Fire Red was easy and those games were easy, but they've just upped the, you know, the scale for challenging here. So they made it way more challenging, and that's really good. I like that. Now, what I think is one of the most interesting points has to be the day, night, and weather system that they've implemented in here. And this is just so insane, honestly. This is so insane. They've also added the snow from Hard Gold, Soul Silver, and Diamond and Pearl Platinum and whatnot. They've added in the snow effects and whatnot. But I do love the fact that they've added in a day, night, and weather system. That is just insane, man. I love that. Because I love when you can just have a bit of a more atmosphere. So it's not the only, like, if you're in one area, it doesn't always just stay as one thing. It changes over time, which I love. Now, there is something else in here. They also have this. After training your Pokemon, they become so strong, you can also place yourself in a Pokemon World Tournament, which is pretty interesting as well. The Mega Evolutions with the Mega Stones are also in this game, so that is pretty interesting. They do include the Mega Evolution Stones, or, you know, just Mega Evolutions generally, which is awesome. They also have all the Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 6, as far as I know. And that, wait, Gen 6, all the way to Gen 6? Damn, okay, that's insane. Jeez, man. This game has got a lot of things. New sprites for Pokemon trainers and Pokemon, which is awesome. They added the Egg Market and the Black Market. There'll be rare items in these markets, which is nice. New Poke Center and Pokemon is also updated. You can buy a home for your own and customize it as you would like, which is insane. This game has so many more features. There's so much more here, but I can't go through all of it. And there is genuinely insane amounts of things to this game, and that's why I want to put it on such a high spot, man. But there is a game coming above this one that you'll see why I love them more. But basically, this game includes a lot of things, and it does also have a complete game guide with more than 100 pages for you guys to just check out if you want to just know everything about this game, because it is insanely huge. Now, coming up next is going to be another game. So that's it for this game. I would definitely give you guys, as a suggestion, check out Pokemon Cloud White if you're looking for just a good time and you just want to enjoy yourself for a long time. If you're just tired of playing Sun and Moon, or you're tired of playing the other Pokemon games, the official ones, check this out. This is definitely worth your time. Either way, let's go to number 2. Number 2. Now, coming in next is going to be a pretty interesting ROM hack. Now, you guys might have heard of Pokemon Glazed. Well, Glazed was the first ever ROM hack that I fully played and enjoyed, and it's just like one of those games that I first played. It was my first ROM hack attempt and first Nuzlocke attempt as well, and I loved it back when I had my old channel. It was the first game I ever played of ROM hacks variety, so to say. It wasn't my first game ever, but my first ROM hack, so to say. And that's why I wanted to include Blazed Glazed here. Blazed Glazed, sorry. Now, what is Blazed Glazed? Well, basically, as described by the person who created it here, is Pokemon Blazed Glazed is a hack-in-hack Pokemon version. Why do I say this? Well, because it is a hack made from another hack. Its author, Tudo, on Pokemon Community, got the permission from another hack of another author named Red Riders 180. Then, after getting the permission, Tudo immediately began to build his own hack. Now, what this is essentially is he's taken Pokemon Glazed with permission and he's built upon it and added in extra features and just improved upon it and added in some extra things into it, which is what I find so good because Pokemon Glazed is regarded as one of the best Pokemon ROM hacks out there. It is a top quality one. It's been nurtured and created over a long amount of time, and it's one of those really good ROM hacks that people always kind of talk about, and you just always see people let's playing it. It is definitely a game that requires praise, and that's why I find it funny that somebody actually made a hack out of another hack. I don't see that too often, and I find that so insane. So here we go. Some of the features are these. Players will get fun, challenging, mostly fair experiences by playing this hack. And the author here has added in some extra cool features to the original hack Pokemon Glazed. For example, some of these are many new moves from Gen 4, Gen 5, and Gen 6. This makes battling strategies for players of more, different categories way more attractive. Pokemon are changed about stats and move pools, and type changes are included. There are also altered wild distributions of new Pokemon. Some maps are changed. Steel type Pokemon no longer resist dark and ghost types. The hidden power move has a 60% power base. This came from the Gen 6 mechanics. You can use Eevee for evolving into many forms, basically a defense, offense, water, fire, sun, moon, whatever forms. I don't even know what all these, different defense forms and whatnot end up being. But my point here is they've added in different things, and they've also essentially just added more things to the regions. They've included some extra new regions, they've included some extra new features, and that's what I love about it, because I played Glazed a long time ago, and I would definitely recommend you guys check out the original Glazed, and maybe if you want to see something with some extra features in it, then check out this game. It is definitely worth your time. But guys, that's going to be it for that one. Now let's go to number 1. Number 1. Now, coming in at number 1 is going to be a game that I have been streaming lately, and it's got to be one of the coolest hacks out there, and it's going to be Pokemon Liquid Crystal. Now, Liquid Crystal does have a lot of features. Now, what is Liquid Crystal? Liquid Crystal is basically a upgraded version of Pokemon Crystal, the original one back from, the good old days. So what they've done here is they've recreated it in the Gen 3 graphics, so Fire Red, Leaf Green, and, Gen 3, Hoenn region, essentially, with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Those graphics is what they've done here, and they do have a lot more just features generally in this, which I find so interesting, and I'm gonna break them down here. So they do have a day and night cycle. They have 5 different cycles of day, night, and, mid-evening and whatnot. These different, times during the day are included here based on when you play and what you set your time to, which honestly is so cool, man. I do love that. And also, they included, of course, Johto and Kanto, which is amazing. You can explore both regions. That just makes sense. You could also experience the Orange Islands, which I just love that so much, dude. I love the Orange Islands, like just the part in the Pokemon anime. That part is one of my favorite parts, the favorite season probably, and that's why I love it. And also the Pokemon 2000 movie is my favorite Pokemon movie. So exploring the Orange Islands, always something I love doing, and that's why I think it's a good feature. They've also updated essentially the graphics and the maps to make them more viable to the new style that they've added here, because you just gotta think about it. Crystal is a very old game, and upgrading it to the newer graphics with Gen 3, of course, new, that's also old now, but with those graphics, it puts a bit of strain on how to properly set up a map and whatnot, but they've made it to work, and they've just upgraded properly. They've also revamped the battle scenarios, which is always nice. They've also added different areas, like just huge areas you can explore, and just hidden areas where you can just go through that you haven't discovered before, and it's really interesting. They've also added diving, which didn't exist in the original games, which I do love. They also added the Viridian Trainer House, and that's also very good. I like that. They remastered the soundtrack, which is just sick, man. The fact that they took their time and remade the music is always a good, just a top-notch thing to do. And they've also added in real weather, which is really nice. And just, I love that, man. I just gotta say, I do love that. They've also updated the battle mechanics, so EXP and whatnot, and how you earn it, and just basically a lot of these things have it included here. And they have a lot more features that I've just, it's too much to go through, man. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Do check this out. I'm currently playing through this game, and I've got to say, it is worth your time. Pokemon Liquid Crystal, including all the games on these lists, all these combined are worth to play. They are such good ROM hacks, and they are worth to give your time because people put their time to create them for others to enjoy them. So do give them your time, guys. If you have nothing else to do, unless you're busy with school or work or whatever you gotta do, if you are literally just a lazy man like me and got nothing else to do, or a lazy lady, whatever you are, just take your time and play through these games if you love Pokemon, because these are worth your time. I bet you. Either way, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you didn't, smash the like button below. And guys, do check out these games down in the descriptions. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.